Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is very different, and the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm going to share with you what has happened for us in the last 4 days. I don't know how many of you watch the news. We don't watch the news, but we were part of it. We live in South Dakota, and we were hit by the storm that devastated a big part of the southern part of the state. Our town was definitely involved. I will get into all that. But I wanted to share this video. My husband was like, you know what, you really should share that, you know, even in the midst of devastation. I'm Sandra. If you're new here, first of all, let me explain who I am. I'm Sandra. If you're new here, my husband and I are full-time resellers. We're semi-retired. We resell full-time to make a living, to pay bills. And you know, sometimes whether you own a job or you own a business or whatever in life, sometimes things happen. And something big happened. And we are finally back on track. It has been a crazy, very emotional, very busy 4 days for us. I am back to my semi-routine today. But as, like I said, if many of you have watched the news, many parts of southern South Dakota were hit with a massive windstorm that turned into 5 landing small tornadoes in different counties and cities of South Dakota. So our state is actually under devastation alert. There's just our community, fortunately we were hit, but we weren't hit as hard as one that was 60 miles, I believe, north of us. So let me I'm going to get into the reselling aspect of it, but I want to share with you also what we endured and also what came from it, because y'all, all I can say is wow. So let me go back to the beginning. If you guys are new here, this is not my usual. We do reselling tips and unboxings and all kinds of things, but this definitely involved my reselling because we resell 7 days a week, and so trying to explain to you how we got through all of this, even as resellers, and I still made sales over the weekend, which blew my mind. And I had no power. So, let me explain to you. Thursday afternoon, we had gotten notification on our phones that, you know, on radar that we had a possible storm coming through. Now, a couple months ago, we had a notification. We had huge hail that came through, possible damage, so our town siren went off saying, please get inside, large hail coming through, we don't want anybody to get hurt. Trees could come down and stuff like that, little branches. We got a notification like that, but it was a windstorm. And so they said, get away from all windows and whatnot. And then about maybe an hour later, we got another notification. It was no longer a windstorm, it was a tornado warning saying, get in your cellar, get in your basement, and stay put until it passes. And then our siren went off, and so we have 2 dogs and a cat. We grabbed the animals, we got down to the cellar, and we can actually see our kitchen window from our cellar. If you open the door, it's a basement, it's not a cellar, it's a basement. So we had that open, and literally all we could see was like this brown, gray dust cloud just flying by our house through the window. It was the craziest thing. But when you close that door, all you could hear was this stuff going on outside, and you're just literally praying that there's not a lot of major damage, because we heard that it was about 100-mile-an-hour plus windstorm in our town. And then that turned into tornadoes north of us, and there was 5 touchdown tornadoes according to the news reports. And again, I think it's either Castlewood or Castle Rock, I can't remember, I think it's Castlewood. School was hit pretty hard. I know here in our town we had several roofs ripped off, trees down literally everywhere, derooted. We had like stumps literally derooted. We had 3 trees in our property derooted. Our next door neighbor had a tree fall on his house. We had trees fall on our cars. Multiple houses in our area had trees fall on their roofs. We had our old folks' home here in town had to be evacuated because the roof was taken off. We had other businesses in town that lost roofs. We had multiple friends in our community. Their towers for crops, their silos imploded. can no longer be used. So there was quite a bit of damage. Fortunately, that was, I mean, it was a lot of damage. And another town where the tornado actually landed, they had a school that was destroyed. I saw on video multiple homes literally just gone and destroyed. We had several trailers in our town, trucks blown over. So there was quite a bit of devastation. It has taken us just a couple days to just like right after it happened, everybody just ran outside and like, are you okay? Oh my gosh, are you okay? And checking for damage. Then the very next day, literally our town came alive with chainsaws and semi-trucks and bulldozers and construction trucks and just anything you can think of going around town, people helping each other, getting trees taken care of and moving people if they needed to, and how can we help, and helping one another, and farmers dealing with their stuff. The whole town and town businesses, our town store was shut down. We literally, they turned power off. They've had this experience before. They turned the power off before the storm actually hit. But it took 2 days to turn the power back on because we had lines down, we had live feeds, and they just wanted to make sure that all of that was taken care of before they turned power back on. So we were literally without power for 2 days. So I got notifications of things going on all of my platforms, but I could not answer anything. I could not send out offers, I could not respond to offers, I couldn't do any of that because we had no internet connection. And so I actually thought about like just trying to put my platforms like on vacation, but I couldn't do that because I had no internet. The only thing in town that we could tell that actually had power was one gas station on the far side of town, which was such a blessing because many of us needed to hook up generators just to keep our food and our refrigerators and all that. People were grilling and just all kinds of things just to be able to eat. I know that's what we ended up doing. Fortunately, we ended up being able to buy a grill at Garage Sale a few weeks ago. I shared with you. We literally were cooking anything and everything that we could on our grill, and then our generator crashed. I want to share with you, we had our next door neighbor offered for us to plug into his generator because our generator crashed to be able to keep our food alive, which was just a huge blessing. We had multiple neighbors and friends. I'm going to share a video with you. On this video, I've got some, so I'll share pictures of just what our trees look like and some of the town and people helping us. We went to the dump and a gentleman came in and helped us finish our dump. Complete stranger, we never knew him. We had a guy come by a couple days ago, saw my husband out working in our yard. From the area before, was decided to just come over and help. Complete stranger came up to my husband, said, "Can I help you?" And we had friends that came and helped us with their kids. Just, oh my goodness. And then we had some people from Iowa, a men's ministry that came over, saw what happened on the news. They came by and they literally took care of the rest of the trees for us. They just finished like an hour ago. The blessings that we received from people in this community were just very heartfelt. And just also for us to be able to help other people. Part of my women's ministry at church, we've been praying for people. And it's just been incredible watching a community and a town come together and just help each other. And do whatever it takes to overcome this disaster. I'm going to be sharing with you a video of what sold this last weekend. Believe it or not, when we finally got power, I think Saturday night we finally got power. Basically all I did is I communicated with the people that sent me offers, and I just told them, I said, "This is what happened, my sincerest apologies, I've had no power for 2 days, this is what's going on." And they were like, "Hey, no problem." And I resent them offers and they accepted, and then I had other offers that hadn't expired yet from the devastation time frame, so I accepted those offers. So I actually still made like 6 sales and sold like 8 items, and I'm waiting for somebody else to accept another offer from this morning. Through all of that devastation, which just blows my mind that I was still able to make sales through all of this, and just be able to get through it. I hope all this makes sense. It's like, I'm still just like trying to wrap my brain around all of this stuff and share with you what's gone on. Again, this is not my typical video, but I just want to share with you that even in life circumstances, you just keep going, you help each other out, community comes together, hopefully. this is the first time we've ever lived somewhere where a community came together like this. I mean, I've never seen it. Our whole town just came alive. Everybody was finding something to help everybody with. We had multiple people coming down. I've never seen so much traffic on our road. Usually our road is really quiet. And we saw so many semi-trucks coming down, hauling massive trees away, and people driving to other people's homes and helping each other out, and then going to their homes and helping each other out, and our neighbors helping with power and all different kinds of things. And we have an armory in town, and they had cots out for people who weren't able to sleep in their homes, and cots available for people to sleep, and serving meals to people. I mean, this is just, you see things like this in a movie, but to actually be part of it in a town, in a community, and I'm sure we're not the only community. Our neighbors said that this is just what South Dakota does. The town that got hit even harder in Castlewood, I'm sure that they had the same thing. Our mayor was flying over in a helicopter just to get a preview of what was going on. We actually had Red Cross flying through, setting up to help out with things. It was just amazing. And so I am going to do a what sold video for y'all this week. It's going to take me a couple days to get it up, but I at least wanted to get this video out to you guys and share with you how our weekend was. The fact that I was still able to sell items as a reseller and be blessed by a community and also be able to give to a community is just pretty incredible. So I hope y'all's weekend was better. We just feel so incredibly blessed that we weren't hit as hard as it could have been. It could have been so much worse than it was, and everybody that we've talked to, we are all just so grateful that it wasn't worse than it was. We have damage, we had devastation, but we were so grateful that so many of us, it didn't completely obliterate our town, and nobody in our town was injured that we know of, it's just amazing. We're so grateful for everything that has come from this, and the blessings of being able to help each other and minister to each other. So again, I will share a what sold video. I did have more sales earlier in the week too, and then I had more sales yesterday. And I did get, as soon as my power came back up, I was just back on there connecting with people. And yesterday I did my normal routine. Sundays we always take off. It's family day for my husband and I. And so we literally just took the day off because Thursday evening, Friday, and most of Saturday we were out in our yard doing trees, cutting up trees. We had one tree land on our truck. Thank goodness there was minimal damage to our truck, and kind of scratched our motorhome, but it's okay. But we were in the process of taking down this massive two trunk thing. Plus we had other trees fall on the other side. We were spending like 2.5 days just doing that and going to the dump and getting rid of our debris. So it's been super crazy. I did nothing with my business for 2 days because I couldn't. I had no internet. But even if I did, I would have just put my shops on like vacation, just because we were busy here in survival mode and recovery mode. For those of you who have watched my videos before or who have purchased from me, if you've purchased from me in the past, I just thank you so much for your support. I hope this video is a blessing to you. Again, we are just in awe of what we've been through, and just the fact that the Lord even blessed us with sales through all of this, and just being able to be ministered to by being ministered to by other people and be able to minister to other people through all of this. So I just wanted to get on here. I hope I touched the bulletin points that I wanted to share with you in this video. And we are all doing better now. There is going to take time, especially for farmers, to go through recovery, because our farmers actually have to go through their land and pick up scrap pieces of like roofing that's on their property and their silos and figure all that out to be able to start planting, because it is planting season right now for our farmers, and they can't plant until all of that is picked up from the devastation. So everybody's busy working on that, and if we are able to help our friends do that, we will be taking time to help them in their fields pick up debris on their properties so that they can plant. So we might be spending some time doing that as well. But again, we are all just so grateful that it wasn't worse than it was, and that we are in major recovery mode. Again, our store shut down for 2 days. Our town literally shut down for like 2 days. There was no business from anywhere. everybody was in recovery mode and cleanup mode. And our store shut down for a couple of days because they had no power. Again, the only power that was going on in town was the gas station, and thank goodness, because we all needed gas for the generators and to be able to drive around. So that was just a huge blessing. I don't know how they had power, but they did. And so it's probably going to take a little bit longer for the farmers to recover, just because of what they need to go through to get their crops ready to plant. But honestly, a big part of our town right now, the trees, most of the trees are taken care of. The men's ministry has come through, and they've been a huge help for all of us. There was a crew of at least 10 plus guys here on our next door neighbor's property and our property that was helping finish with the tree issue, and we were just so grateful for that. They did it free of charge. I think there are some other trees that were down yesterday. I don't know how many houses they're going to get to, but they are just such a huge help. So I'm going to quit rambling, and I'm just going to share with you guys. Again, I will be doing another video later this week. I have not received my Cozy Thread boxes yet, so I will keep you posted when those come in. We will do those unboxings. And I hope this blessed you. We are healthy, we are happy, we are alive, and we are thriving, and we are going to move forward from all this. Today is getting back to just our normal routine and making things happen, and we are just excited to be here to do that. So y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a blessing to you to see that even in the midst of crazy life and devastation, that you can still just make things happen. Communicate with your resellers if you have things happen in life, and make things happen. And if you have people who are going through a tough time, bless them. And y'all, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. We'll see you soon.